Glad to have you with us from Austin, Texas, DKR Texas Memorial Stadium. EA Sports college football coverage continues on this Saturday with a mid-afternoon clash. It ought to be a sensational game. And the Bobcats kicker headed toward the football, and their season is now officially underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. The Longhorns offense onto the field for the first possession of the game. And here comes Cam Coleman, the portal addition from Auburn. And you get the idea that he'll be keeping an eye on the kind of day his counterpart is having for their offense. Offense in a bunch formation. First carry of the season for this transfer. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24. Guys, let's take a big view of Texas. Doesn't matter what time of season it is, a top 10 win is a top 10 win, and you know the underdogs would love to make a statement.
No doubt about it. We've got a very low number. your name, you're going to get everybody's best shot. And that's what this team is expecting from their opponent today. A lot of eyeballs watching this game, David, a lot of expectations on this team. Now it's time to see if they can deliver.
Yeah, and the all-season was so much more important when you know you're playing a highly ranked team to start the season. Attention to detail higher, excitement higher, a chance to go out and prove something very early in the season.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Moving out to the right. QB got it himself. Slides to the ground. He got away and picked up the first down on a 2nd and long. And the Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. Hand off for Brown. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. The Longhorns pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Got a man, it's Smothers. There he goes! And good blocking in space out there to give him enough room to pick up the first down. This offense needs to avoid getting in its own head, getting domed up with its play calling in the red zone. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. The Longhorns will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Longhorn! They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Texas State Bobcats offense will come out to go on the attack for the first time. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this quarterback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse, it's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David. And it's going to be happening out on an island all game long. The receiver's got speed. He's got game-breaking ability, catching the football, can climb the ladder. He's going up against one of the best shutdown corners in the game. I cannot wait to watch this.
Yeah, and he's got the speed to stay with him and the instincts, and he's been so great out wide in every game. This is a huge test. This is a Sunday test. 2 NFL guys going at it to see who's going to take home the prize.
These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Trying to pick it up on the ground. Across the 45. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
And that's back-to-back now. We've seen this running back get it done on their opening drive of the game. That last carry got the first down. So if I'm the offensive coordinator right now, I love the way my O-line's playing, and I love the way this guy's toting the rock. I'm going to give it to him again.
Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. The Bobcats in a good spot here with 2nd and short. And he stopped right there. No gain on the play.
Man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a baller.
Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. And the Bobcats will line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. They'll start on the ground with Brown. After that one, not quite so backed up as they're up to the 18-yard line. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. You've got a 3rd and manageable, backed up in your own end, but convert here and you get some momentum. Manning from the gun on third down. Plucks it out of the air. This offense has a little room and a fresh set of downs at the 23. And the Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Quarterback making adjustments. Keeping it on the ground inside. It smothers. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Manning. Under fire. Oh, he makes the catch. Oh, it's a fumble. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Knocked down, but not before. Touchdown, Bobcats. The defense. Points on the board.
Hey, great job by the defense. The ball's thrown, the ball's completed, swarming to the football, knock it out, and then guess what? Be there to scoop it up, run it back to the end zone. Huge play by this defense.
And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. Snap it to the back. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to throw, it's Manning. Makes the catch, it's Townsend. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. The Longhorns go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Caught in the backfield, it's Wingo.
Man, is it going to be fun trying to stop this passing offense at Texas. Not only do you have to deal with Arch Manning throwing the football, but you got Wingo outside with all that speed, David. You're bringing Cam Coleman from Auburn with his size and speed. So who do you cover if you're on defense?
Yeah, we didn't even mention the running backs you bring in, too, who are studs. So, like, they're studs all over the field. This is an offense that, Sark, when they really get it going, man, the passing game becomes elite. And they can do so many good things to you. But just Cam Coleman and the ability to catch the football when he's not open. Like, it's second to none. Look forward to watching him.
Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. Well, they didn't let him get loose for a big return, but he still made the big play, and they'll take over at the 17. The Bobcats offense comes out to go to work. They take over down 7-0 and trying to get even on this drive. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming.
That's not an easy throw to hit, I will say. A dagger throw, it takes time to develop. You really got to sell the route. The quarterback has got to put that in an area and anticipate the throw. Just not on the same page with his receiver on that.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Steps away to find some room. Picked up 4 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd and 6.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Now the Longhorns will call the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. DKR heating up and trying to make 3rd down impossible here. Looking to scramble. He'll pull it down and run. That'll be good enough for a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 30.
Now, on the 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the 1st down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
You know, we joked that the tight end's always open, David, but play action almost makes it impossible to keep them coming.
Yeah, because those guys, they're such good blockers most of the time. They're big and physical, and they sell block for a second, and then they run open and they find holes in zones, and they get good matchups. And, man, those nowadays are nightmares for defenses to try to stop.
Bobcats are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Trying play action. Bringing the heat. And here's a fumble way behind the line.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep two hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Punt is on its way. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And a big defensive tackle getting off the rock. Nice job seeing play action, understand his pass, beats the guard, gets to the quarterback, and gets the QB on the ground.
To throw, Manning. Lets it fly. Brings it down on the right side. Here he goes. Touchdown, Longhorn. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a two-play drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Jackson gonna throw it. Trying to get behind the defense. Goes high to pull it in. He stopped right at the 50-yard line, but they'll move the chains. It's first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Looking for a huge play. And that one's too high, out of bounds, incomplete.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver, the different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Stopped at the 46-yard line and just making a play and turning in the interception.
And when it's third and so long, it's very predictable. I'm bringing more DBs on the field. I'm bringing more speed. I know you're going to pass the football. For offenses have to...
Looking for more room. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Texas. Excellent pass by the back on the option.
And you always want to get the home crowd jacked up and get them excited. Get out to an early lead, and they have 20-0. Defense playing well. Offense playing well. They got a lot to cheer about here at home.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Holly, what update do you have for us?
Checking in from the Texas State sideline, I can tell you this crowd has played a factor early in this game. On the road, in a hostile environment, they have not been able to get going in this game. They have failed to score, not productive on their early drives, and they are talking about how the crowd noise is impacting them. I see them talk to each other, trying to tighten things up at the line of scrimmage. This is a factor. This crowd is making a big difference here so far. Guys?
Holly, thank you. He's going to lose a yard on that one. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Crosses the 45. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down, make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the...
Caught, and he's got room. Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. And the Bobcats come to the line with a new set of downs. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keep it.
Beck's going for the goal line. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas State.
And that's exactly what the offense needed right there. A touchdown here, and I know it's taken a while. They hadn't had a lot of success up until that moment. Late in the second quarter, they finally were able to punch one in the end zone, and that's going to give them some confidence now to take into the locker room here shortly at halftime, but they've got to play much better in the second half.
Coming out with it, it's Brown. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Arch Madness. Blasted as he lets it go. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. And the Longhorns want to crank the tempo.
Man, I love the catch radius on this guy. If you just put it somewhere near his body, he's going to be able to reel it in. That was a phenomenal job, showing you his athleticism and also his concentration, making that outstanding grab.
Timeout taken by Texas. It's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. The Longhorns can really attack on this second and short. The short hands, it smothers. At the 40, there he goes. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance. Just inside the 35, first and 10 from the 34. The RPO, fire complete to the left. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Just inside the red zone, first and 10 from the 19. Manning on play action. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Might be calling a hot route.
95, 96 Prince. 95, 90. Booster. Ready, go.
Art's going to spin it again. This one's complete. First grab of the season for this highly talented freshman. They believe he's just going to get better each and every snap. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Manning tries to pick it up on third down. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
And you're not going to see many of those. That's a gift for this defense. You don't see this guy miss very often, especially to put 6 on the board. That was a big missed opportunity for this quarterback and this offense.
Going for it all. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
The Bobcats want to pick up the tempo.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
They go right back to him. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Jackson will throw. He finds a dead spot in the middle. Breaks a tackle, and he might have room. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch.
We always talk about yak, and that was third and very manageable. They were just throwing the ball to the sticks, just trying to pick up a simple first. But when you've got playmaking...
Touchdown, Bobcats! And the comeback in.
Break. Here we go.
Play action, here's Manning. Flushed out of the pocket. Trying to make magic with his feet. They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. Here comes the offense on second down. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. The play action fake. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. On the run, fires downfield. He just missed the target on that one. Gotta put it on his body. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's third and long. Manning from the gun on third down. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And, man, you got to love the way the defense just took this field. Like, offense scores, cuts into the lead, and they had some juice, some energy, flying around, being physical, everybody getting to the football, and now forcing the punt, and a chance to give the ball back to their offense to do some damage.
Texas State takes the field, hoping to get this drive started. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Off the play fake on first down. Here's the pressure. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. Third quarter opening week of the season, and they're facing 2nd and 10. Pulls it on the option. Gain of 2 on the play, sets up 3rd and 8.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in, got that sucker in there.
Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on third down in DKR. Gonna let it fly. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. And the Bobcats will punt this one away. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. They weren't able to move it on their last possession, ended up punting it away, but now going to take a shot. And he went for it all in the first play of the drive and come up empty.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
3rd and 6 yards to go. Manning from the gun on third down. Going to try to get it himself. Quarterback slides, and that is a punch to the gut to any defense to let a quarterback get out and move the sticks there. The Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. And the ball is free on the pitch. And he falls on top of his own fumble, and the offense will retain possession. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. They go play action with Manning. Pressure coming. Quarterback gets the first down. And the Longhorns Longhorns are marching down the field. Here's Arts to throw. Here comes the heat. Finds his man. At the 20, he's got space. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Longhorns, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. A designed run for the quarterback. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays, and if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a first and goal. And the Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at second and goal.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it? It's third and goal and a long way from the end zone. Manning with a play fake.
And it's third and goal, and listen, you're throwing for it. I get it, but you got to understand the shortness of the field down here and what I can get off quickly. I can't take sacks. I want to give myself that opportunity on fourth down to have a really manageable situation if I want to go for it.
So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. He's going for it all. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth-quarter play for this defense. First down here as we dive into the college football season, a week 1 clash that has been worth every minute of it so far. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right.
And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover.
Let's go.
This defense is going to have to sell out to stop the run and try to get the ball back one last time. Stumbled to the ground. So the defense trying to maximize their clock management. They use the timeout here, and the 2-minute stoppage is coming.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Here's Manning to throw. Got his man on the outside. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. They're looking at a third down and short from the 33. To throw, it's Manning. Rushes on him. Unleashes one deep. And he'll sail it way too far for everybody.
And that didn't look like it was the right read. Like you got to be smart as a quarterback, make the right decisions. And I know he's a go-to guy, and he's already had success on the day. But sometimes you can force.
Converts on fourth down. Still going. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. Trying to save time on defense, they use their second timeout. And that got under their skin a little bit, having to use the TO after giving up the first down. Moving closer to the red zone, it's at the 27 on first down. Fires to the middle. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. Well, will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. Throwing Manning. This time it's complete. Wanting to stop the clock on defense, they use their third and final timeout. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this third down play. Here's a heat. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense. And hang on, they are leaving the offense out there. And look, I understand it doesn't add a possession to the lead with the field goal, but I don't know, it doesn't hurt to tack on some points at this juncture of the game. Fourth down, Manning. Throws for the tight end. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. He wastes no time and comes out throwing, showing the arm strength down the left side. He's got it on the sideline. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. The huge explosive play put them right on the doorstep, and now they've got to punch it in. Running the red zone, it's Brown. Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time. The offense gets the timeout. 12 ticks left on the clock.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Firing to the right, complete. And he gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. Start the season on a positive note.
You got to love that as the players. You come out, you have so much anticipation coming into the season, finally getting ready to play in front of a live audience. You're able to come out and execute, get this win under your belt. David, couldn't be a better way to start the year.
And for the losing team, obviously, it's a little bit different. You have something to look at now to analyze where do I need to get a little bit better, but plenty of time still left in the season to improve and turn it around.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis, saying goodbye, everybody. Nestled in the Rocky Mountains, Folsom Field in Boulder.